Last week, we told you guys all about how we made $400 by becoming mystery shoppers. This is part two to answer all your questions about being a mystery shopper.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another Sunday night sit down with his and her money. I'm Talent.
And I'm Ty, and we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
Woo! You guys have commented through the roof about this whole mystery shopping deal. So much so that we had to dedicate another episode of the Sunday night sit down to address all your questions to make sure that you guys got all the knowledge and you're fully equipped to go out and hustle season mode.
That's right, guys. We were full of so much information that we shared with you guys that, believe it or not, there were some points that we forgot to mention. So today we are going to read off of our sheet because we want to make sure that we hit each and every bullet point to answer some of your questions on how you too can make money becoming a mystery shopper. We heard you guys loud and clear. Some of you all have already signed up for shops. We're so excited. And some of you guys have even reported your results. First things first, we want to address the issue that you are considered an independent contractor with these mystery shop companies. They do not sit aside your taxes. They do not withhold any monies out of your income earned. So you want to make sure that you have a separate account, or at least you allocate some money aside in your own account designated to pay taxes on this money when you sit down and do your taxes every single year, because you are going to have to pay taxes on it, guys, believe it or not. So we don't have the correct percentage amount for you. Some of you guys may be 15%. You might want to just set aside. Some of you may want to set aside 28%. Contact your tax accountant if you have one, or sit down with your spouse and figure out what's a good number or a good percentage of each and every check that you will be receiving where you will set money aside.
It's all based on your income bracket.
That's
so
right.
Whatever tax bracket you're in, that's the percentage that you should set to the side out of the earnings that you get from the mystery shopping companies as they send you the money. So maybe you need to be like us and have a bunch of accounts and allocate one of them toward putting tax money aside out of these earnings every single month.
Because you guys definitely don't want to be caught off guard when it's time to do your taxes. And you want to be honest. You do want to mention all of your money that you do receive from the mystery shopping companies. Now, some companies will send you out a 1099, and it depends on the amount of money. I want to say it's what, $600?
If you make $600 or more over the course of the year, they will send you out a 1099 to file for your taxes.
And if you don't receive one, you want to make sure that you keep up to date. A lot of the companies, though, it's really simple. They have year-to-date earnings as well as month. You can check them by month or by week or whatever. So they make it pretty easy for you to be able to get that number. That's not difficult at all. So you want to make sure that first. Also, too, we had a question in regards to the MPS site, which stands for
MSPA, Mystery Shopper Providing Association.
That's right. Now, they do charge a $25 fee. Some of you guys were saying, hey, what do I do? Do I pay this $25 fee? We mentioned that we did not pay the $25 fee. We did list in that video, part one, we'll make sure that we put it up, and in the description box, we list how we got to our specific companies to sign up for without having to pay the $25 fee. However, guys, we are contemplating whether or not we will be paying for the fee. At least one of us will pay for the fee so we can come back and share with you guys our experience. We did have a follower reach out to us, and she was so helpful. She gave a lot of information. She avoided paying that $25 fee for a long time. And when she finally buckled down and paid that $25 fee, she said it was almost as if companies took her serious. They kind of said, okay, she's serious about, mystery shopping and whether or not it may be like a career, or she really, really wants to make money and she's just not in it, just to make quick money, but she's in it for the long term. She noticed that when she did pay the $25 fee, companies started reaching out to her. She was also able to negotiate some of her shop fees, where she was able to tell them what she wanted to get paid a little bit more. And she built a rapport with some of these companies to the point where they started referring her to other companies and reaching out to her for great offers.
So it's almost like you become a VIP in the mystery shopping world. So that's why we're contemplating possibly paying the $25 to step our game up a little bit.
That's right. We will be doing it so we can come back and share with you guys our experience and if it was worth it or not. What I also loved about this particular follower, she said that her and her husband made at least $800 a month doing this. Guys, that's a lot of money. I mean, when you think about it, $800 a month can help you with a lot. Getting out of debt, buying groceries, paying bills, you name it, you know. So, guys, you know what? You have to just become determined. And if you want to do it, you can do it. So, another question someone asked, what about Social Security numbers? Somebody kind of felt uncomfortable giving out their Social Security numbers to some of the companies. Our answer to that, yes. Majority of the companies, you do have to provide your Social Security number, but it's no different from you applying for a job. If you think about it, no employer is going to hand over a check or give you money without you giving them your Social Security number when you apply for the job, correct?
And this connects back to the previous question, because when you hit a certain income amount, they have to send you a 1099 by law, and they need your Social Security number to be able to do that. So
and to be perfectly go ahead.
Remember that we always tell you to go through the MSPA. So all the companies that come from the MSPA are reputable, and you can feel trusted, or they are trustworthy for you to submit your Social Security number.
Right. And guys, you know what? We're living in the days now that Social Security number is just really a number. I mean, so many people, your Social Security number can be compromised in so many ways, and we're going to be touching on that, you know, in the future. But you almost can't get around it. When you go to the doctor's office, you have to provide your Social Security number. You have to trust that they're going to do the right thing with it, that they file it away properly. So this is really no different. And that's how we looked at it. So we weren't concerned at all about that, giving our Social Security number to the mystery company shops. What about gas and mileage? Some people want to know, would you be reimbursed for gas or mileage?
Not to our knowledge. Nobody has offered that to us. So you just make sure that you're either, the way we do it is, we do shops that are either by our house or where we live, or by my job, which is not, you know, far for me to get to. So we kind of concentrated to those two areas, so we're not spending a bunch of money on gas, which takes away from profit. So try to keep it in a close radius to where you either are working or where you live.
That's right. And we just have not encountered that yet, where the companies reimbursed us for gas or mileage. However, I do believe that there are some shops out there, some companies out there that will reimburse you, especially if you have to go long distances. They will reimburse you, but they will notate that in the description before you accept the job. And as Talad said, we try to choose shops close in our area, or let's say if I'm running errands, I try to choose shops, you know, on my way to certain errands. So I'm not going out of the way, and I'm not spending, like you said, unnecessary gas to make the profit worth it. So, guys, we also had another tip. What about the stopwatch? You want to talk about that?
So a lot of times you are required to take times, time you came in, time you left, things of that nature. And they don't just want the minutes or the hour and the minutes, they want seconds too. So what we did was we downloaded an app called the Stopwatch app, and you can pull it up on your screen. And what we do, we just take screenshots to keep in our records, so we know what time we started and what time we ended, and we can refer back to it when we're going back to redo the paperwork. So just download a Stopwatch app that makes sure that it shows the seconds as well.
That's right. And it's from the app gate. We'll make sure that we put it up on the screen. And like you said, a lot of the shops want you to document the exact time when you entered the store, when you left the store, when you spoke with the clerk, or how long it took for you to be seen or be helped. And like you said, they want to make sure that you also get the seconds. So what we do is, like you said, we downloaded this app. And all I do is, guys, take a picture of it.
Take a screenshot.
That's it. Take a screenshot, and I'm just snapping. If I'm in the store, I'm just snapping a screenshot instead of writing it down, because you don't want to give it away that you are a secret shopper, so you don't really want to do too much writing, especially in front of the people or the employees. So we just take screenshots, and then we document it once we get home. So what about tracking? One of the things that we started doing was we started a Google document, but you guys can use a spreadsheet, you can use pen and paper, however you want, and that's how we track our shops. We will list the dates, we will list who, the company, as well as how much, and if we were getting reimbursed. So, and then I would color code it. So when we got paid, I would change it to a different color. When it was pending, it would be a color. When it's coming up or scheduled, it would be a certain color. And that helped us, keep up with, all of our shops. Now, I'll be honest that I don't always update the spreadsheet like I want to, because a lot of the companies have spoiled us. They keep a lot of the records right there in your payment profile or in your personal profile right there on their personal website. So we're able to see when we got paid, if we were paid for that shop, or if it's pending and when it's scheduled. So it was kind of like I was doing double work. But for some of you guys who feel the need to keep a spreadsheet, you can. And we also started that as well too. Another tip is make sure that you keep your receipts. A lot of the shops do require that you scan your receipts into a computer, or some of them will take it if you take a picture on your phone and you send it in to them. You want to make sure that you keep your receipts and that you download them right away. I do have a file accordion that I put all of the receipts after we complete our shops and we submit it. I keep it in there just in case there was ever an issue. If one of the companies reached back out to us and said, hey, can you send us, can you scan and upload your receipt? Maybe they didn't get it, or maybe something happened, some technical issues. So I do keep that for our records, or all receipts, until we're paid on them, and then you can discard them.
And you want to make sure that you submit your reports on time. Most companies, they tell you up front you need to either have it in by midnight the same night, or they'll say noon the next day. Just make
12 hours.
Make sure that you read the instructions, because they tell you the time limit that you have to submit your findings, and make sure that you submit your findings on time, or else you risk not getting paid for your shop and also losing out if you have to pay some money up front. So be sure to adhere to all the timing guidelines.
Right, and that brings us to our next point, that you can email the company. There should be a contact or a reference person that you can email, or a help section on the website. If you ever came, into some certain issues, there was one particular time he could not complete his shop during the time frame because we were having computer issues or something was wrong with the site. And so he sent an email and let them know right away, and they told him no problem, just submit it, the next day, and he still got paid on that shop. So you want to utilize your point of contact person as well too. Scams, that's what we heard a lot. Everybody was saying thank you, thank you, thank you, because we did not know that this was actually legit. A lot of people have heard about mystery shopping and did not know if it was scams or how to avoid it. And guys, we were there as well too. We've heard about it for years until we found, hey, there is a way that you can find reputable companies, and we mentioned the site, the
MSPA.
There we go. Another question is, can you apply for the same shop? Yes and no. Some companies will allow you to do multiple shops for a particular company. So like there's a gas station one that you're doing. I don't think we talked about that one yet, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. And I mean, he's done multiple gas station shops, where some other companies only allow you to do the same shop for the same company after a certain amount of time frame. So maybe you can only do one for this particular company every 15 days or every 30 days. So let's make up a company. I don't know. Let's say
it just depends on the company. You'll be
not
able
the
to
shop
see.
company, the company that you're shopping for.
Right. They'll let you know if you can do multiple ones.
Right.
Some the answer is yes, some the answer is no.
Right. Really cut and dry. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's like, Ty, you don't need all that extra stuff. He's right. Printing pages. Now, one of our dear followers, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think that she kind of got a little discouraged at first. And she left a comment saying, you know what, I'm not so sure that this is worth the time. I had to print a report, and it was 11 pages, and it's just taking so many hours to complete, and I don't even know if it's worth it for the amount of money. And when I first read that, I got a little, I don't know what's the word, not discouraged, but I just want you guys to keep hope. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned, how are you going to, see the glass? Half empty or half full? We choose to see it half full. $4 to somebody may not be a lot, but to us, it's more money than what we have. And we try to work smarter, not harder. And one of the tips that I gave her, and I want to share with you guys, is we don't go printing off multiple assignment sheets, especially because we do some of the same shops. We print it once, and we keep a file at home. So when we know that we're going to do that shop again, we just pull out the same sheet, so we're not wasting paper, not wasting ink. We review the questions, but it gets to the point that after you do so many of these shops, you kind of know it by heart. You really, really do, and you can talk about that.
Yeah, you kind of memorize, and you kind of make your own systems. You know exactly what questions they're going to ask.
Right.
You know what you're on the lookout for while you're in the location. So really becoming, as you do it more and more, you really don't have to print out the paperwork, the instructions, because generally, like for us, we're just working with a concentrated few companies, so we don't have to memorize a whole bunch of things. I know exactly what I'm looking for when I go into this particular company, and I can just go in there without the paperwork and keep it in my head till I get home. Sometimes I drive and go across the street maybe, and I pull out my phone or my tablet and I'm entering in the results right then and there. So it's a lot of ways that you can do this paperless, but your first couple times out, you're going to have to take your paperwork just kind of to get used to how things go.
And now he could do it right off the top of his head. I have to bring the paperwork, and I put it in my car. But like I told you, I'm not printing the paperwork up again. I keep a file with already previous shops that we've done. I pull that particular paperwork out. I put it on a clipboard, and I put it in my passenger seat in my car. And so I sit there in the parking lot, and I just review it kind of, just really quickly, just to kind of give myself a refresher, because I want to make sure that I hit all points and I'm looking out for everything that this particular company wants me to evaluate. So that's another tip there. And I do have a report, this particular follower, which I was so happy when I saw a new message. She said, you know what, maybe I just overthought it a little bit. But guys, she made $47 in just 2.5 hours. And I thought that was great. If you think about it, that's like $18.80 an hour right there, and that's a lot of money. When you think about it, that's almost $20 an hour. So, hey guys, start looking at that glass, half full, and just continue. The people who are going to win in this debt journey to pay off debt or to achieve any goals are those who don't complain, are those who don't have excuses and don't minimize small beginnings.
So kudos to her for persevering. At first she was discouraged, but she pushed through it and she's off and running.
Yep, I love it. Organization. That is another key. That is the only way that you're going to be successful in doing a lot of this mystery shopping. You have to be organized, because if you're not organized, you will miss out on money. And some of those points we already touched on: keeping paperwork filed properly, keeping your receipts, making sure that you submit your report online right away. You want to stay organized. You don't want to be all over the place, because then you're going to be wasting money, because some of these shops do require you to pay money up front for certain services, and you don't want to miss out on that, because then it's a waste of time.
So one way to stay organized is you can use the Google Calendar. When we sign up for a shop, we put it on our Google Calendar and set an alert. So it goes off on our phones or our tablets as a reminder, and we can just, when we're looking over our week at the beginning of the week, we can see we have this shop on this day. So it's another way to use technology to help you stay organized and stay on top of things.
And one thing that we love about our Google Calendar is we post everything that we have to do: doctor's visits, things for church or whatnot. And so we know, as he said, we can plan our shops accordingly. And then I can see if he's doing a shop maybe a Saturday morning, and I can push my shop back a little bit. So we utilize technology to stay organized.
Especially if there's two of you in the household that's pursuing this, definitely use an app like Google Calendar so you all don't overlap and you all can stay on the same page together.
That's right. And for some people, it may be a hobby. And for us, we don't look at it as a hobby. We look at it as a way to make extra income. We're serious about this, and we're excited about it. And we only, touch just a small fraction of how much we can truly be making.
It's hustle season.
It's hustle season.
2 words. Hustle, that means you got to go hard, and season. It's only temporary. You got to do this. You got to do this hardcore, and you got to do it just for a season to get to where you want to get to. Don't look at this as a life sentence. This is only temporary. But if you want to make this work, you got to go hard, and you got to go now. Hustle season.
I totally agree with that. So guys, we do plan to do another video in the future telling you guys our experience after we pay for the $25 fee for the, I can't think of the name,
MSPA.
There you go. I want to leave out that S for some reason. So we're going to do a follow-up video to that, as well as a follow-up video to some new shops that we signed up for. We don't want to throw out, different shop company names until we try it and we physically get the money first, because we want to be able to, to be a trusted
but stay tuned,
YouTube channel.
Because if it's real, woo!
It's real.
Because they got some big fees, bigger than we've been getting before. So stay tuned.
Yes, guys.
Once we get them deposits,
we're doing a video.
We're turning the camera back on.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. And don't forget, visit us over on our website at hisandhermoney.com.
Don't forget, we're on iTunes. We got a great show called The His and Her Money Show. We want you to subscribe over there, because we talk about things and topics that you won't necessarily see on the YouTube channel. So go to iTunes or go to Stitcher so you can listen to us on the go and hear the message that we're trying to bring to you. And if this is helpful, beneficial in any way, we need you to share this message with your friends and family. That's the only way the word gets out. That's the only way we can change people's lives to get them on track to financial freedom.
That's right. And we love it, guys, that some of you guys who are married, you're sitting down and you're watching, you know, our show together. That is like great. One accord. Be
what
one
up,
team.
Fellas?
Yeah.
What up?
They're watching. They're
I need to see y'all in the comment section, man. It's real feminine in the comment section. So I need all the fellas to get in the comment section. Let your boy know that I'm not out here just talking to nobody but female. I need to hear you fellas. Get in the comment section now.
Oh, wow. Right. Maybe you need to post some more of your type videos or whatnot.
I need to know y'all with me.
I love the organizing videos, the home decor videos. So, hey, I love all my ladies joining me over here on this channel. Okay, guys?
Ladies, what up?
Hey, that's right.
I need to holler at the boys, though. What up? Talk to me, fellas, please.
All right, guys. Don't forget to visit us next week, next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Sunday Night Sit Down, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen,
Bye.
Peace.